Are we on?
Like a
We on? We're on. What's up?
John.
Morning.
Don't you have what are those called?
I can get one.
Yeah,
of those.
we should have one of
What are
those.
they?
Director. I don't know. It's
Like,
too
what are
early
those
for
little
me.
clipper like? Action.
Clippers.
Alligator.
We have no professionalism in this podcast.
No.
There's no
Well,
professionalism
None
whatsoever.
with you, we know that.
No,
It's-
but like
it's
seriously,
the rest of us that
like
try
John
to
just
keep
turns off the
things-
music. He's like, start talking.
Hey, I think we're going. And I think he said, "I think we're going on," which is always a little bit worrisome from our producer. Like, we might be.
Well, there was so much talking I couldn't hear if it was the end of the song or not.
John, it's hard to make the magic happen when there's no
When there's-
professionalism.
I think we're about to go on the air.
I will tell you this: every Festival of the Lakes video we make, Tom always says that to me at some point.
Yeah.
He's like, "What is this?"
Until it's done, and he's like, "This is the best ever." Every year, it's the best ever.
There's no
You know,
professionalism.
there's no professionalism. You don't even have your headphones on.
Dude, I was caught off guard. I was like, why can't I hear John? And then
It's
I
all
realized
John's fault.
I don't like messing up my hair.
Welcome
But
to Left to Center Pod Tuesday, and just
Where
because
we
we
make
have
the
an
magic
empty
happen.
chair doesn't mean we don't have a guest.
we
today.
do have a guest, but we want to talk about some stuff first. And
Yeah.
then we're going to bring in the guest.
Well, let's tell him who the guest is, so we know who's coming.
He's a state rep candidate representing Munster, Highland, Hammond,
A little bit of Griffith,
a little bit of Griffith, Mike Andrade.
and he's really got a great story, and it's going to be great to have Mike in after the top of the hour.
We got important stuff we want to hit before Mike comes in here. So, but like before we get to the important stuff and make the magic happen, as I was indicating earlier, we want to cover a couple sponsors
All
and
right.
then jump into the show.
Let me go number one here.
Sure.
A new sponsor, Latitude Commercial Real Estate. Latitude Commercial is a full-service commercial real estate brokerage firm specializing in Northwest Indiana and the South Chicago suburbs. We provide superior services to our clients by providing solutions to their commercial real estate goals. We can help your business find time-saving, cost-effective, flexible solutions to meet all of your current and future commercial real estate objectives. Please contact us at 219-864-0200. That's 219-864-0200, or at their website, Latitude Co. That's latitudeco.com. You see these Latitude signs all over, so I want to thank them for sponsoring us.
I own a commercial building.
Good fellas.
I own a commercial building, and I bought it through Latitude.
I know. I think a lot of people in the Northwest Indiana area and Chicagoland could say the same thing.
Funny enough, I closed on my real estate building right in this very office.
You did?
We're
Wow.
in. That's funny, huh?
Wow, that's right. It's not
Yeah.
just the Bat Cave; it also
Yeah.
serves as a title company.
No,
on
Latitude.
occasion.
Yeah, not anymore, but this is the Batcave now. Anyway, yeah, Latitude's great, and thank you for sponsoring our show to Latitude Commercial Real Estate. Next, we'll go to Smith Sursick, LLC, a full-service law firm with trial lawyers that have decades of decades.
Oh yeah,
Really?
it's true.
Really?
26 years each this
I
year.
mean, like
That counts for. That's like half a
that
century
is
combined.
a decade.
That's decades.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Shows how old
26 years old.
Yeah, right.
Just look at me.
Old. They're wise old lawyers. Full-service trial law firm with wise and old lawyers, spanning decades of experience in personal. Do you like that?
I mean, we'll take it. Sure. Wise and old.
Spanning decades.
Spanning decades. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's
Decades.
allowable to say. Decades. True. Decades.
Spanning could
I'm
be
in my
like,
third decade. And
but
so
it
is
could be
Steve.
like, it could be a century.
It could be.
Right.
You don't know.
I know.
You have to call and ask.
That is.
Call and talk to Steve to find out how many decades.
So do you want a wise old law firm
Crotchety.
spanning decades of experience in personal injury litigation, making sure you are treated fairly by the insurance companies? Question mark. If so, I'd call Steve Sursick
Who wouldn't?
at 219-933-7600 for free consultation. He even does Zoom consultations and discuss all of your legal needs. If you want to reach Kevin, I would go to Steve first. That's just my. He's at smithsursick.com. That's Smith SERSIC.com. Great law firm. They represent me, and I'm very complicated.
Thank you. Yeah. Like I say, you're my most difficult client.
He does say that a lot.
He just posted an owl.
Means he's watching.
Steve did?
Oh.
That is
watching.
awesome.
I'm not hip on
Steve's
all that.
very good on emojis. I got it.
Apparently.
Not only is he a smart lawyer, he's also very good with emojis.
I gotten good. With
I'm not.
old and wise
John.
and hip.
John's good too. John, you're good with a gift.
It was the
right?
wise old,
Yes.
like the wise old owl, John. I think.
Like
is what
John-
it was. The
John-
wise old owl.
He's taught me my gift game.
You really?
Gift
John,
game.
my gift game. I have
yeah.
a pretty strong gift game for a 51-year-old.
It all started in French Lick on
gifts
the way
are
back.
fun.
Yeah, John sent that picture.
There's a lot of things that started in French Lick on the way back.
but John started the picture of the guy sitting there and all the hot dogs hit him in the face.
That was a great one.
And I was like,
that is a famous John.
when you're
gift.
with a group of guys and that gift goes around, it's like
It's funny.
It's game on.
It's funny.
Anytime a guy gets hit in the face with a bunch of hot dogs.
Then if you don't know how to respond, you're like, wait,
That's
John,
right.
what is this?
That's why I had to increase my game.
And John, he's calling me old, and he's like,
But
yeah,
like I'm younger than you, like
you're
at
not
heart.
at heart.
Right.
Sure, I'll give you that.
You
at
are
heart.
like the wise old man of our team, and I am the young, crazy, gift throwing,
hot dog in the face throwing.
the perfect example. So there was a golf outing that was scheduled for a long time, and I was supposed to be in part of it, right? And I could not because I had obligations.
True.
And I had to cancel out.
That's true.
So there was a text that went out to everybody in it that said, Tom McDermott let us all down, right?
I didn't see that.
It went out.
Okay.
Right? And then I responded with a GIF, and it was very appropriate. It was a guy hiding his face in shame. And everybody was like, this dude is freaking hip.
He knows his
right.
GIF.
Right?
All right. So
you just look at the GIF, and I didn't have to type the damn word in.
The good
I just
thing
made
is
my point.
The good thing is the mayor is right up to speed on all his texts. So text him some GIFs so he can respond to you right now.
I will.
If you have his number.
I don't even have to answer it anymore.
I don't know. Hold on. Tom screenshotted his text the other day and sent it to us for some reason.
Which one?
Yes.
Which one?
It was just like, let's get one of these
schedule
guests
or
on.
something, yeah.
And he had like 300 unread text messages.
Yeah, he's not.
Is there any truth to this?
No, that is the truth.
You know how many goddamn text messages I get? Seriously.
A lot.
Can you imagine if I read every freaking
Well,
text I get?
John, I'm not kidding. During the campaign, it was quadruple digits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, my emails are like that too.
Mine too.
I just get buried.
My emails are
It's
bad.
impossible. Like seriously, unless you guys want me on my phone constantly, like waiting for the next message or waiting for the next email.
Or participating in 30 different text conversations.
Dude, right? And then like 15 out of the 30 are bullshit too. It's like about like, hey, did you watch the Bears last night?
Right.
You know?
Phil's pick of the week.
Phil's pick of the week.
That is for sure a bunch of bullshit.
Stupid shit like
He
that.
has,
right?
he has
Kevin finally cussed.
well, because it has to do with Phil's pick of the week, or as he calls
Yeah.
it, locks of the century.
Dude, that was good for us. That was good for both
Well,
of
yeah,
us.
you just bet opposite,
Right.
Which
Speaking-
is true. By the way, just FYI for everybody out there that follows football, his locks of the century for this week were the Rams minus 13.5 and the Niners, who were favored and lost.
Did they both lose?
The Rams
they
did not
both didn't
cover.
right.
And the Niners lost.
And
So
the
I-
Bears.
I make
and the week
Bears.
before was the Falcons over the Bears.
I make a living off of betting against Phil and just raking in dough. Like DraftKings actually sends me a $10.99. I make so much money off
of Phil.
Off of Phil. Yeah. So like I don't know how him and Kelly are managing to make the mortgage payment.
I mean, I
personally.
don't know if he deserves a raise. I think that's the first
Yeah.
question.
Right.
Just gonna
Kelly's
go to,
watching.
Just
She's
gonna
like,
go to
Phil
DraftKings.
gambles?
Yeah.
She doesn't even know.
Yeah, right.
This
Kelly's
is
like,
yes.
what?
Phil's
What's
like-
this lock of the century?
Phil's like, move on, guys. You guys are. Hey, by the way.
What would the gift be for that?
Hey, Kev.
Yes.
The Cubs are officially dead.
Really? Yes, they are. They're out the playoffs.
By the way, I bet on them because I'm a Cub fan. I did
I
a
don't
couple
think you
small.
did this year.
I did. No, I bet them in the playoffs.
You didn't bet them to win the World Series.
No, I did not.
No, I did not either.
I did.
As a lifelong Cubs fan, I refuse to do that.
I did it before the playoffs started. I bet on Dodgers to win the World Series, Dodgers to win the
That's a
National
good
League
call.
pennant, and the Yankees to win the National League pennant, and they're both in it
That's not
still.
going out on a limb. I mean,
It was like 5-1 return on my money.
Really?
Yeah. On
oh,
each
because it
bet.
was early before the playoffs.
Right.
Smart.
Yeah.
What are they now?
I don't even know.
I wonder if they're minus.
I just know I'm freaking gonna cash.
This is
'Cause
not.
I think
this is not like a gambling show, though.
It is not a gambling show. In fact, gambling's bad for you. I don't even gamble, for the record. I
Wait,
do
you
bet
just-
on.
you
I
just
bet
said
on
that you're-
sports.
That's gambling.
I know. I don't gamble in casinos.
Can we please?
By the way,
DraftKings sends me a $10.99.
I was being funny
but I
about
don't.
that.
I don't gamble.
I was being funny about that. Thank you. And by the way, isn't it good that your mayor doesn't gamble in casinos? Haven't we learned a lot about mayors that gamble in casinos?
In local casinos.
I do not.
I don't
Hey,
think
Dad,
I've
I had a
ever. I don't
question.
think I've
Lynn?
seen you like.
Have you ever seen me gamble in a casino in your life, Lindsay?
When that betting
She's like
center opened
26.
in the casino, you were their first.
True.
Customer.
Good point, Lindsay. Good
Come
point.
on.
It
Come
was an
on.
article in the newspaper.
I'm the freaking mayor. I have to do crap like that.
I
And
mean,
look,
it was
so
the
they're
PR.
like,
in the casino.
We're opening
You
the-
were their first customer.
why? It was a Hammond
bet on the
horseshoe.
Cubs and
First,
Notre Dame.
it was the first bet in Indiana.
So if they said, "Hey, Mayor, we really love you to make the first," I don't gamble.
By the way,
That's like
yeah.
Mike,
Can you
Mike- That's
imagine?
like Mike Pence would have said that.
Can you imagine?
I'm not going.
Right. Exactly.
Unless Karen's next to me, but then I still won't.
Let me talk to mother
if it
first.
sounds like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's a duck.
Listen. I placed the first legal sports bet in Indiana's history. I agree.
That was
But
a PR stunt.
it was a freaking. I bet on the Bears to win the Super Bowl last year.
And Notre
Come
Dame
on.
won the championship.
By the way, I was going to do
Probably better
$20,
bet.
and then everybody's like, "How much you betting on the Bears to win?" This is last year.
$2.
Everybody knew. I was like, "I'm going to bet $20 on the Bears to win the Super Bowl," and everybody's like, "That is the lamest first bet ever." I'm like, "What?
What? I
They're
need
like,
more
you
cash.
have to. I'm talking to my brother-in-laws, by
Yes.
the way, who are both like big gamblers,
Yes.
right? They're like, "Dude, you got to bet $100." I'm like, "What?" Like, I'm going to bet $100
You're throwing it away.
on the Bears to win the Super Bowl.
You're throwing it away.
Like
And they're
last year.
But real gamblers would say, yeah, but when it comes in,
Yeah,
when
like
they,
50 to
when
1.
they win the Super Bowl,
Yeah. So anyway, I
And
bet
then
on
he
it.
did. He caved into peer pressure.
I did. I bet $100 on the
And you
Bears to win the
lost.
Super Bowl. I
You
could have
lost
like wiped my butt with that $100 bill.
well, it's
instead
better
of,
to give it to the local casino, who
Right.
we have a great agreement with.
Yeah,
It helps the city.
of course.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah, that happened last year. But anyway, the Cubs, I would blow that team up if I was Theo Epstein. And
Well,
back to
we-
I would blow
200
him up, and then part of the
Not the
shrapnel,
pitching.
part of the shrapnel would take out Theo Epstein when I was blowing it up too. Like just blow the whole goddamn thing up. They suck. They've sucked for 3 seasons, and they still suck.
Well,
they
I would say
suck with
this.
a capital suck.
I would say this: their batting is terrible.
Yes.
Their pitching
Pitching
does
staff,
not
I-
suck over
I would
3
shield the
years.
pitching staff from the shrapnel because
The
they're
starters,
Yeah,
the bullpen.
I would actually like just say, okay, I'm going to blow up the offense so bad that I'm going to protect the pitchers.
What do you do with Lester?
Keep him? It's $15 million.
Got to be like a 1 year. $15 million you'd
for
pay
an
Lester
extra
1
He
year.
has an option for $15 million. I'd pay 1 year and keep him as a
Hometown
starter.
discount. He should lower that.
I would
to like
take him. I would
half
take him
price,
and
seven and a
make him
half.
make him my number 5 starter
For
because he's going to
7.5,
eat up
yes.
150 innings, which is that's good. You need a lefty. He'll be all right.
He's durable.
He's not going to be starting game 1 or anything like that. He
He's
knows
durable.
that.
So who's the number one? You or Hendricks?
You. And then
Okay,
Hendricks
you,
number 2.
Hendricks. Who's 3? I guess
Quintana.
He's
Mhm.
back. He'll be back.
Which is, by the way,
That's who wouldn't
solid.
want that top 3?
And then you still got Lester as your shitty pitcher. Come on,
And number
That's
5?
And number 5, we'll work on it.
And
Alec
maybe
Mills for a no hitter. But what I'm saying is, so like the
everybody has
Cubs
a
have a
good
good
day.
starting pitching. That's fine. Okay,
They
but
need a
like
closer.
I would take out basically everybody in the infield, including Rizzo. And by the way,
No,
I have a
I'm
theory.
a no. Don't get rid of Rizzo.
Okay, I'll keep Rizzo, but I do have a theory on why the Cubs suck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be very popular though.
Let's hear
I
what
agree.
it is. Yeah. Is there a gift for this?
Yeah, the gift is Mayor Tom is no longer mayor.
Yeah, thumbs
is
down.
there a gift for that? Losing your job? Is there a gift for that?
I think
has
it's
to
Homer
be.
Simpson backing up in
Oh.
the bushes. Yeah.
Listen,
You
I'm
know
going to
that
say
gift.
something.
You know that gift.
That's a
yeah.
great
I'm
one.
going to say something that is everybody's gonna shake their head because it's so obvious why the Cubs suck now. Okay, and why they didn't suck in 2016. Okay, you ever watch Rocky?
Yes, of course. How come
John, you see Rocky?
at our age? How come
Lindsay
we not
probably
watch
has
Rocky?
not. Has Lindsay seen Rocky?
No, Dad never made
Adrian!
me watch it.
Okay, now when Rocky's training for the big fight, all right, and then he gets a girlfriend. What was Mickey? Mickey, the wise old boxing trainer, it's been through hell and back. World War II, Vietnam, this guy's seen freaking everything. And then he's training Rocky, and he says, Rock, I'm going to give you some advice right now. What did he give the advice? Come on.
Women, wait,
Yeah.
what's the line?
Right?
Women something.
Women slow you down, or
There you go,
something along
like
those
that.
lines. John, am I-
Someone will know someone will know watching.
Something to that
or-
effect.
So in 2016, when our beloved Cubbies win the World
He
Series,
was also the Penguin on Batman.
we had Chris Bryant, single. We had Rizzo, single. We had Addison Russell, single. We had
Well, maybe
Javi Baez,
beating his wife, but,
Sing-
or his girlfriend.
No, but he didn't have a wife. So Javi Baez single. The whole infield single.
not Javi. The short. Who am I thinking of? Not Javi. Who is the domestic?
Yeah. Addison
Addy.
Russell,
Thank
Javi
you,
Baez is
Addy.
second, right?
Yeah.
The only guy on the team was married was Zorbris. Now I'm going to prove my point strong here, because like Zorbris
And was playing his wife's walk-up music, by the way, which
right.
was real lame.
He was so whipped. He's playing his
Very
wife's
lame.
walk-up music, right? And
Yeah.
you know damn well she's like, you are playing. So
Why is Lindsay here?
what I'm saying is, women ruined the Chicago Cubs. Wives ruined the Chicago Cubs.
I'm glad Lindsay's
Can we
sitting there.
please
This is gonna be
attribute
a-
this to Tom McDermott and
Says
not
my
Kevin
campaign
Smith?
manager. Listen, before you get all outraged, I want you to hear this out, okay? Rizzo gets married in 2016, 2017. Baez gets married. Bryant gets married, right? Schwarber, by the way, is still single, right?
still
And then
doing pretty well.
Zorbris' wife divorces him and ruins his freaking baseball career. So,
Yeah,
by the way,
He
ever
took
since...
like 5 months off. Remember that season?
yeah. Why?
He was gone.
Why?
Try to save his marriage.
Because his freaking wife, right?
Yeah.
So you got Zorbas,
Yes.
who quits
Is that a bad
baseball
thing?
because of his wife. You got Rizzo, can't hit the ball anymore because of the marriage angle. You got Bryant. Dude, what happened to Bryant? He was a freaking MVP.
So you're going back to the Rocky theory.
Yeah.
This is the Rocky theory is why the Cubs suck.
Women will ruin you. Women will slow you down.
I came up here because I knew I had.
Someone
I
had to
know.
speak
Here we
on
go.
behalf of womanhood.
By the way, Lindsay's
of
not a
all
sports fan.
women,
Right?
As a lonely woman who doesn't watch sports,
Thank you.
There's
I
the
think
answer to this question.
really it contributes a lot to the testament that women are inherently the more powerful gender.
That's fine.
Women show up, men fall
And
to
look, yeah,
pieces.
exactly. Look
Men
what they did to the
fall
Cubs, I guess,
apart.
under this theory.
Right.
You know what? If
They're
they
so
can't,
powerful,
if
they
they
took
can't
down
manage-
a major
I have
league
an
baseball
egg.
team.
I think
Exactly.
to be a good baseball player, you got to have an edge. And part of having that edge is not
Not being distracted.
not getting regular.
Not being in love.
Not
man.
getting regular, not like
being in
automatic,
love.
right? You got to have that edge. Like I'm gonna after tonight's game.
How old do you have to be where you stop being distracted by women?
Well, obviously the Cubs are in their.
Are they
young-
not adults?
John, do you want to answer that question?
I mean, my whole life, women have been distracted by me. So I don't know. I can't relate to
Cubs.
this conversation.
John's like, I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
telling you.
about. No
This is a
idea.
very uncomfortable conversation. I like to bring up the obvious. The
It's a
Cubs
dumb
have been ruined
conversation.
because
Ooh.
they all got married. And then the one guy that was married quit his baseball career because his wife left him.
I would like to say that maybe love is more important than your
love got
Major
to
League
do?
Baseball career.
Got
I just
to
asked
do
Ben
with
Zobrist.
it?
He walked away for 4 months instead of
What's
playing.
love?
I mean,
Wait, let him sing.
Handy.
This is going to be the soundbite for the
Oh,
show.
please.
That's right.
That was
we
pretty
definitely
good, though.
don't want
That
a
was.
singing sound. Right
This is a great comment online. Cubs are like the late Michael Jackson. They both wear gloves on one hand for no reason at all.
Wait,
Actually, defensively, the Cubs are pretty solid.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the batting glove.
Oh,
I got to make a poll here.
Oh,
real
yeah, I
quick.
think you're right.
A
Yeah,
Thank you,
live
John.
poll.
I caught it as
Are
a
women
batting glove.
responsible for the Cubs?
It's got to be
Downfall.
like accurately
Cubs downfall.
Yeah,
Downfall.
It's like the lack of edge. I think to be a successful baseball player,
No,
you
but
got to
see-
have edge.
But you're only looking at one example. I would think that there
Kevin,
are
this has been-
baseball teams.
Why is it just the
in the major
Cubs?
leagues that are very successful? Like you're saying, the Yankees are not married, and
Guarantee
the
it.
Dodgers have
The
no
Yankees-
marriages on their
dude.
team.
Wait, A-Rod's
right.
been
The
married
poll
like
is
5
live. Vote
times.
now, people.
And like,
A-Rod's
What do you
not
think?
in baseball anymore, though.
yeah, but he was. Like,
This is proving Lindsay's no sports. She's like, yeah, but look how
He
good
owns them
A-Rod
all,
is.
yeah.
Look how good A-Rod was this year.
Lindsay's here to represent women. She's not here on behalf
No.
of baseball
no,
expertise.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm saying there are a ton of people in baseball who are married and they're fine.
I would just I guarantee.
This poll is not going well.
What do you mean? I'm winning, right?
No, it's literally 0% yes. And we just got our first yes.
But you
Who
worded
was
it,
it?
John?
I
it's
don't know.
shitty
Yourself.
wording.
Just say thank you, Mom, like you usually
It's
do.
shitty wording, John. Like the way you worded it was like
What?
a women
It's not-
responsible for the Cubs' downfall. That is so
No.
misleading. It's like it's a complicated issue. It's hard to explain in a stupid
I
one
don't
sentence.
think
It's a lack of an edge.
It's hard to explain on a podcast where we have unlimited time to talk
Well,
about
like
these things.
I'm trying to explain myself, and you guys are mocking
we-
me.
You
Now,
wanted to go
there's
here.
a-
You got to deal with it.
Tom, I agree with you. I think women are responsible for most downfalls throughout history.
The fall
And you
of
know
Rome.
what?
Let's
I
start
think
with
men are
Rome.
responsible for everything that went wrong in history. So
Can we talk about the Sox? There's way
Yeah.
too much Cubs bashing.
I'll be honest
going
with
on
you. I'll be
because
honest with
I've
you.
been bummed about the
I
Cubs. They can't hit.
I am not a White Sox fan. Okay,
Nor am I.
but I would rather be a Sox fan right now than a Cubs fan.
They're on their way up.
Absolutely.
They're rising.
That is the biggest compliment I've ever given to the White Sox in my life.
Well, you can see a team that's going. I mean, you feel it. I mean, when the Sox won the World Series, they started going down, and then they started feeling the Cubs going up. Eventually, it wasn't right away, and you can see that with the Sox now. And I would, by the way, the first person on the Sox I would get rid of would be Renteria, because the way he managed that last game was ridiculous. I would almost, as a Sox fan, I would feel like we got robbed. As a Cubs fan, they never had a chance.
The Cubs fans.
It's like we were good. Well, we're hitting 200. I guess we're going to
The
continue to
Cubs
hit 200.
should not have ever been there. The White Sox should have won first place and should still be in it.
Well,
anyway,
what they lose 7 of 8.
I bet on the White Sox too to win their pennant.
Wow,
I have
that
no
was
idea what
that was
any of
money
this
thrown
means.
away, but less than the Cubs, I think. Yeah.
I'm going to gracefully back out of this conversation
Okay.
because I am way out of my depth right
Thanks,
now.
Well, by
Lynn.
the
It's
way-
good to see you.
So we've established that women and the lack of edge.
No,
has ruined the Cubs.
you've attempted to.
I think we've
establish that.
established it. I think we all agree silently, even though some.
How was the voting?
I closed the
losing this
poll,
one.
And
here's
John,
where we're at. Here's
results.
where we're at. 24 people no, 6 people yes.
Wow,
Thank you.
that
To
would
the
be
six
that would
wise
be a
people.
blow.
I understand it's complicated.
Would
It's-
you like those results in an election?
First off, a lot of these guys are probably right in front of their wives, and they're like, "How you voting, honey?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh no,
No.
of course, honey. Like the mayor is full of shit, right?"
Everyone's sitting around the breakfast
Silently,
table.
they're like giving me the thumbs up, like you're speaking the truth to power, Mayor Tom. Good
is
job.
not gonna
Silent
be good.
majority.
When's
Yeah.
when's the mayor's next event with like a women's event? Is that coming up soon?
Listen, I
Women's
love
Bar
women.
Association
I love women
invites
just
Tom
like-
McDermott to explain
I
his
love
theory.
women.
I love women just like the next person, okay? Like women have been, I lived with women, grew up with women, lived with a woman for the last 25 years of my life.
Maybe
women,
not any longer, but
But like what I'm saying is, I'm not a professional baseball player either, okay? If I was a professional baseball player, I think I would be best on my own trying to figure out, after I hit a home run, where am I going tonight? Who am I going to be hanging with tonight? Who's going to accompany me tonight, right?
Where are
You
my
don't have that
boys?
worry, right? So now once you get married,
this
that
reminds me
shit
like a
goes
Navy
away.
story. You know,
What are you doing tonight after the game? Chris Bryant.
Zobrist?
Chris Bryant's like, oh, I'm going to go home and we're having
We're
pasta
we're
tonight.
cooking out.
Right? But like, what are you doing tonight? You know, single guy. He's like, I'm going out. I got free to my boys. We're going to be hanging, right? Come on.
Wow.
You know it's true.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, with this theory, you remember how after our first podcast, when the cuss counter was like triple digits, and you said, you know what? I went home and I knew I had a problem when my
yeah.
mother-in-law and
tonight's gonna
my
be a
wife
problem.
had their heads down. Is this going to be another?
I'm
I
just
walked in after the Cubs theory about
know.
women, and Marissa's just going to have her head down.
Grandma Lynn always listens to the show. So does my mom. So if they get through to you, Lindsay, let's let them know.
Yeah,
I
let's
just,
know what's
I
really
just
going
love
on.
how he's like the poll results 80-20,
That's the
and
first
he goes,
poll.
"I understand it's a complicated issue," as if it's like a close result.
First off, you cut it off like 3 seconds into it. Like as soon as John sees the result, he's like freaking a Trump supporter. Like you see a poll, you're like, cut it off now. We're winning, right?
Quick.
Like I like these types of things to develop. I think people have to understand where I'm coming from, and they're like, this guy is freaking on top of it.
Maybe it's one of those things, John, that are just like, it's got to bubble a little bit, it's got to gurgle, and then it'll come up and it'll be just shining like a diamond.
Thank you, Kevin.
I said maybe.
I think you're right. Bubbling and gurgling right now, and people have to let it bubble and gurgle before
So John,
they vote.
Let's redo the poll
Should I
at
reopen it?
8:25. No, do
Okay.
it like 8:25. Let
Okay.
it go for
Okay.
a
Leave
half
it open
hour.
for more than 35 seconds. Huh?
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
Hey, by the way,
I think I was able to vote no from my screen here.
By the way, I put the flags at half mast on Friday because President Trump went to the hospital with COVID. I was
You were
devastated.
anticipating.
no, just to show respect to the
Well,
the
he's
commander in
he's
chief.
so respectful of all of us.
It was nice enough to go to the hospital with COVID right after the markets closed on Friday, so it didn't affect the stock market. And he was
nice of
so good about getting out before the stock market opened on Monday. So it was very.
Then it went way up. When
I
he
mean,
came
I would
out.
hate to be a skeptic, and I know President Trump never looks at the stock market, never wants to affect that. So I thought
doesn't
it was
have
a
much
joke.
invested in that.
After the market closed, he flies to the hospital, and right before the market opens, he flies.
And
back.
after his
That's a
fundraiser in New Jersey.
yeah, this is all a sack of shit in my opinion. I think he's positive, and I think he was just chilling at Walter Reed all weekend.
You know, my
personally.
question is he still positive, and why don't we know that? Because he was. I mean, does it just go away in 3 days? I don't know the answer to that medically.
I think the whole thing is scam BS. I think this is
he
all
has
like.
it.
No, he has it. I
Yeah.
don't think he was sick. I think it was all.
I'll tell you
BS.
this. I heard a tape of him at the Al Smith dinner. He did it like via Zoom, which is a huge Catholic event in New York City every year. And he sounded bad, as worse as I've ever heard him. I've never even heard him like sick. He sounded bad to me.
Hey, how about that super spreader event they had?
If I was a Notre Dame student, I'd be pissed.
I'm pissed as
at
an
Father
alum.
Jenkins,
Father Jenkins he's
who has
done-
been pushing
yeah.
COVID awareness.
By the
pushing
way, our
students
football team missed a game, and everybody was quarantined for 2 weeks straight. And this freaking numbnuts, our president of Notre Dame, goes to the White House with no mask on around.
is like hugging and.
By the way, he's probably the one that gave it to everybody else. Notre Dame's a hot spot. Father Jenkins probably gave it to the president and everybody, right? He's sitting there like coughing and sneezing on people and like surrounded. By the way, I heard our Supreme Court nominee has a new name.
Right.
Amy COVID Barrett. Amy COVID
Well, she's
Barrett.
from South Bend too. She could have had it from Notre
Dude,
Dame.
I think the South Bend connection wiped all of them out.
Indiana's always responsible for something. Interesting.
But like, and then the president gets out and he says, "Don't be afraid." I've learned a lot about COVID in the last 2 days.
He said, "This is the real school. This is the school, the real
Right.
school."
I've been in charge of COVID relief for 8 months. 200,000 people have died, and now I
But
understand.
the last 3 days. Have
The
really
last 3
taught
days
me.
have taught me. I understand a lot more than you peons out there.
Well, don't forget, he always kind of is talking down about the scientists, but it seemed like the scientists kind of helped him.
Yeah.
In fact,
Who made the drugs that you took, Mr. President?
The crazy cocktail.
Scientists, like all
Not
these
them.
scientists. Don't believe the scientists unless you're sick and dying. Then believe the scientists, right?
And his doctor.
Yeah.
That's a tough job.
What a
tough job.
He's back.
He's back. Yeah, he's back. Stronger than ever. They're going to do probably like a Superman video of him, John.
They already did.
Flying around.
They did.
He's going to be flying.
Yeah. They did a lot of PR.
Did you guys see when Trump learned, supposedly, that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died? They had it on tape. He was walking off Air Force One. This is like an hour or two.
I did not see this.
And then a reporter goes up to him. Marissa showed me. And she's like, wow, President Trump actually gave a really good speech. And then I watched it, and he gets off the airplane, and it's like a couple hours after Justice Ginsburg died, and somebody's like, your comments on Ruth Bader Ginsburg passing away, and he's like, Justice Ginsburg died? And he's like, and she's like, yeah, and he's like, oh. And he gives this like eloquent, like 3-minute speech on Justice Ginsburg. And Marissa shows it to me. I said, that is all bullshit, Marissa. You know that, right? And Marissa's like, what? No, look at him. He learned that. I'm like, this is all set up. You think the president of the United States
doesn't know
when the justice dies? Like, and a reporter informs him that the justice dies? Call me jaded, man. I don't believe anything when I see any of these people. And I'm including Biden. When I see anything, my first instinct is this is bullshit. Prove to me why it's authentic. Actually, that's the way we should all think.
Well, I think that's how we exist now because of social media, because it's just like everybody, there's conspiracy theories immediately about everything. Even yesterday, John, did you see like he walked into the White House, then he walked back out so they could shoot it again?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So. And I mean, the one what Tom's talking about, like there's also Tiny Dancer by Elton John.
Yeah.
Perfectly playing, perfectly synced.
John.
Even I'm skeptical.
Do a poll on that one, big guy. All right? Do a poll on that. Let it bubble and gurgle.
I did not see the Tiny Dancer.
Let me try and pull it up.
That's classic.
Can you play that?
Oh.
No.
I think we can. That's not copyrighted.
No, it's not copyrighted.
Tiny Dancer?
Yeah. No, it's a video made. And if
Here it is.
Tiny Dancer was knocked, then why wouldn't... Okay, go.
Let me try and...
see if we can do this.
This is the fake...
Let's see if we can do this. Yeah.
It'd be great. I mean, let's see what $10,000 actually buys you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it bought the equipment. It didn't buy John.
Yeah.
John was free.
Well, you get what you pay for, obviously. So,
I
love you, John Vesmar. You know that, right?
It's all right.
That's it.
It's playing. Oh, here we go. Let me listen.
I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
She led an amazing life. What else can you say? She was an amazing woman. Whether you agree or not, she was an amazing woman who led an amazing life. I'm actually sad to hear that. I am sad to hear that.
Please.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
We want we're going down, by the way. We're going down in viewers. Stop singing.
What a load of crap. That whole thing, like, did they play Tiny Dancer as soon as he got off the plane on purpose?
Maybe they always play Tiny Dancer when he gets
everywhere he goes. Tiny Dancer, how appropriate for Trump. Blue Jean Baby.
Let's take a quick break. Do a couple sponsors.
We're going to do sponsors.
Mike Andrade's coming back right when we get out of break.
I think Mike's
He's actually in the
food
house.
It sounds like food and drink.
Whoa.
Damn, man.
That's why we
15
we
minutes
like
ago.
guys like Mike coming in.
I love when you're starting off with food and drink. That's the way to go.
It's 7:30 a.m.
I know that you guys that are watching and listening out there cannot eat along with us, and I pity you for that. But this is going to be a good interview coming up with Mike Andrade. But we do have a couple of sponsors we want to get to first.
Let's do it.
Actually, Lindsay, why don't you do your part? You ready?
Yay!
Here we go.
God, you love it.
Oh, boy.
Here it is.
I'm so excited.
She's not ready. I'm going to move on.
Lindsay, part 2.
No, please don't. Okay.
You got to be ready at all times. We could go to you like that.
I thought you guys were going to skip it because you went and started insulting women everywhere.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that part.
I think your dad
I had
got
to
a little
give you
out of
some
his
space to dig yourself a hole.
I would ask Mike what he thinks
That
about
didn't
my
take
theory
long.
on the Cubs, but he's running right now. I'll talk to him November 4th.
After.
He will confirm. You're
That's
right, Mayor Tom.
Don't take sides
the Cubs have
on
been
sports
ruined.
during a
Mike
campaign.
Andrade respects women.
I respect women
That's
too.
true.
I grew up with women. Thank you. It's not a lack of respect. I'm just trying to illustrate for the public why the Cubs
Why they're
went down.
dangerous.
Why they went down.
Look, my wife's a Cubs fan, and I respect women.
That's right.
And so if I don't say that, I'm going to be sleeping in the doghouse.
Already.
That's
Already.
Did you hear my theory, Mike?
No, I didn't.
No,
Okay,
just
yeah.
don't. You don't want
You'll
to.
play it
Let's
back.
not go there
Let's
again,
leave
please.
it.
We're not going to go there with you.
Again,
'cause you're
we
on
want
the
Mike
ballot.
to win an
I
election
do want Mike to
first.
win the
All right.
election.
I can't wait until Marissa listens. Okay.
All right, Lindsay, you done yet?
I'm
She
feeling
is.
mighty disrespected. Woohoo. Okay.
Daughters everywhere.
You're listening to Left of Center, where we cover everything from politics to important events of the day and women in the Midwest and the nation, all while trying to have a little fun while doing it. If you can't get enough of us, follow us on Facebook at Left of Center Podcast or on Twitter at LockPod, LOCPOD. If you can't listen in live, download our episodes from the Apple Podcast app or the Spotify app and enjoy our show at a crystal clear 277 kilohertz per second. Just search Left of Center and look for our red and blue logo. Also, if you want us to sing your praises and be exposed to thousands and thousands of people per episode, contact me, Lindsay McDermott, or our Facebook page. Send us a message and you can sponsor us and we'll talk about your business or your candidate or yourself. We'll say nice things about you.
Get a hold of Lindsay.
Give us money. We'll talk nice about you.
That's nice.
Thanks, Linz.
All right. Thanks to our sponsors. Let's go through a few more of them. Misprint Printing with both Munster and Hammond locations. Rick Baltensberger and his team are there for absolutely all of your printing needs. He's responsive, he's fast, and he's good. Banners and signs of all sizes, from wrapping cars to business cards. No job is too big or too small. Call Rick or Teresa at 219-836-2517.
Just talked to Rick yesterday. He got a job done like in half a day for us on a census issue.
Awesome.
Real good. So use Rick. Joey Lax Salinas Photography. Are you looking for a unique and original piece of art for your home or office? Joey Lax Salinas has been photographing the region for more than 15 years. And has the largest collection of Northwest Indiana
Old
photos.
wise lawyers.
Yes, available to the public. He is also a licensed stress the old, John. He's also a licensed photographer for Indiana University and has over 500 photos of the beautiful Bloomington campus. They are available for purchase as prints, framed art, and can be licensed for commercial use. You can find Joey's photos at southshorephotos.com and his Bloomington photos at campuspictures.com. You can also follow Joey on Instagram at Joey Lax Salinas or like his Facebook page. That's Joey Lax is spelled L-A-X, Salinas Photography.
Attorney Alfredo Estrada at Burke, Costanza, and Carberry. Locations in Maryville and in Chicago. Alfredo is one of the most experienced lawyers in the area of immigration and civil litigation. He is also available at the Hammond Legal Aid Clinic to help with DACA and immigration-related issues. Call Alfredo at 219-769-1313. That's 219-769-1313. Adelante con Alfredo.
How is his Spanish there?
Muy bien.
Oh,
Thank you.
wow.
Thank you. It's 6 years of Spanish 1. So.
Took that again and again and again. I almost made it through.
Yeah. And then when I became mayor, I got a Spanish teacher.
I remember that.
Right?
That was funny.
We got into Spanish too, and I was like, all right, I got Spanish 1. I'm an expert at Spanish 1.
You are. I think,
all right.
well, you're better than me.
You know what? I could actually I
brought this in.
could read Spanish pretty well.
I like that.
Oh,
I like
nice.
that. Adding
Brought
a
that
suit
in.
in
I
the
love
air.
it. Show and tell. Love it. Mike Andrade, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great.
It's great to see you.
A little tired, but I'm great.
Yeah? Was it a late night?
It was a great event yesterday.
Mike
Yeah,
had a
you guys are
fun.
making it out.
Mike had a fundraiser last night at Riviera Maya,
Riviera Maya,
which is a new restaurant on the boulevard, and Mike is bringing out.
Whoa.
Oh, my
I
God.
brought you guys a treat.
You were starting off the
Thank
interview
you.
in a great fashion.
Drew Fox cannot outdo me. I said
I
Drew
love
Fox
that.
came in here and he brought all these special brewery beers.
He did.
Great.
This is a $200 tequila clase
Whoa.
azul beer. I mean a beer.
Don't drop
tequila.
that.
We're putting this in
Tequila.
show and tell. And
Oh
then
my
show and tell it's going to be empty one day. By the way, I like this.
Just in case you guys get
Wow.
It would
a
be
little
rude
bit
not
of a
to.
sore throat.
It would be rude not to.
Is this what happens? This is
And
Mike Andrade is not messing
Dude,
around.
I got a
And I
10
brought
a.m.
one
with
for
the police
Lindsay.
department this morning, by the way. Is that?
And I got one for
tequila?
Lindsay too, just in
Thank you.
case.
Wow. See how nice
See.
he is to women?
I feel like Lindsay gets left out, so we got to give her the
Mike
VIP
Andrade
treatment.
respects women.
He
I
does.
respect
100%.
women. I grew up with women. By the
Full
way,
Lindsay McDermott endorsement here.
Listen, when I grew up, for those of you that aren't, I grew up with my mom in California, single mom, and I had 2 sisters. Come
True.
on. I was the man of the house.
You had
and I
no
was
choice
like,
but to respect women.
if I didn't respect women, I'm just pointing out, if I were a professional
the camera.
baseball
It's just
player,
a theory.
if I were a professional baseball player, I would want that edge. And they don't have it anymore. That's all I'm saying. I love
Good
women.
thing you're not a
Cubs.
professional baseball player.
I am not a professional baseball player. That's
Thank
why I'm
God.
married happily and I go home and I eat a lot of food. I'm not worried about what I'm doing that night. Chris Bryant should be edgy. And he's not edgy. He is anything but edgy now.
He's tired.
Dude, he's married.
Well-
He's like a fat old married guy.
I got to ask Mike here. Number one, thanks for the gift. This is unbelievable.
This is beautiful, Mike.
This is going no. We're got to make sure this
I
stays
think
here.
we have
And he
to-
brought in the crystal glasses too.
Hey, Lindsay,
like,
can you
wow.
take care of opening this so we can?
We're gonna open. Oh God.
Oh yeah, we
I'm
have to
gonna
do that.
bring
Like,
this out
let's
of
keep
the
in mind, I have a
case.
10 a.m. with the police department this morning, so like, let's just like a nice
Is
little
that
taste.
misogynistic that I asked Lindsay to open it? Is
Hey,
that-
John, could you open it?
Yeah.
Hey, and don't
See?
forget, today early voting starts, so I'm going to be out there
Oh,
getting the votes.
I forgot. Early voting starts today in
Yes,
Indiana.
That's right.
I get
Early voting starts today.
I have 2 early locations in my district, the Town Hall in Munster
Yep.
and Wicker Park.
Yeah,
in
look
Highland.
at that. Right
That's
down the
right.
street.
So after I leave here, I'm going to run over there, making sure our yard signs are up there,
But like,
and get some votes.
your
I love
Hammond
it.
residents could vote for you at the Hammond courthouse.
Yes, at the
actually,
courthouse.
anybody that's your constituent could vote at any of the
Anywhere. That's
Yes.
important to know. In Lake County, Indiana, if you're here in
that
Lake
is
County,
beautiful.
Indiana, you can vote at any of the 11 locations. So if you find yourself visiting friends in Winfield and you're from Hammond, and you can vote for Mike in Winfield.
Yes.
You can vote anywhere. They will make sure that your precinct is ready and up on that machine.
That is going to go in show and tell. That's
Oh
a
my
beautiful-
I think
God,
you
that's
should bring that
beautiful.
home.
I want to.
I
What
think we
kind
need to
of
bring
what
that
kind
home,
of tequila
Tom.
is that, Mike?
This is Cruz Azul, which is the top of the top. As you can see, it's got even the platinum. And
It's gorgeous.
smack it up
It's got
there,
the
Mayor.
agave leaf?
It's got the bell in it. Just smack it. There you go.
Wow. You sound like you're in a. What would be a
When you hear that, it's time for tequila.
Banda?
That is.
Does the
There you go.
Banda
It's
have that?
amazing
Bring that
how
to
much the
festival for
viewership's
Banda.
going up.
Maybe the Banda will let you up there and to
I'm
do
like
that.
one of those monkeys.
It'll be you and the
like,
it'll be, it'll be you and the tuba player.
The tuba player.
Should I start a poll? Do people want to see Tom drink tequila?
There
at
you go.
8
Start it.
a.m.?
Start it.
I'm voting yes.
Start it.
Okay, let me start this poll.
John, you have to have
Should
one
we
too.
break open? Well, no, don't do it yet. Let's wait for the poll.
And the beauty about it, you could
Results.
put some on your coffee. I mean, you could just drink it straight on the rocks. Whatever.
You said this is the top of the top. So
Top of the top.
I love it.
what's so good about it? The bottle, or just its?
Everything about it. So you can see it's in a custom bottle.
It is
so
gorgeous.
It's out of ceramic, and it's the way
Do you
it's
care if we
made
keep
and
that as show
everything.
and tell for our podcast, or should I take that home?
I think you should take it home.
I think you should take it.
All right,
I
the
will
poll
take
is
it home.
live.
That is something you want to put up there
Cast your votes.
with
Thank you,
your
Mike.
nice top shelf stuff.
Mike, thank you.
Your campaign
Sorry,
manager votes yes. We should be drinking. I just want you to
Thank
know.
you, Eli.
I would like to point out that it came with instructions on how to turn the bottle into a vase when we are done.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, a lot of people
Mike,
do
that's
that.
super nice. Thank you.
There's literally
Wonderful
someone put no.
Thank you. Probably my police chief.
But 95% of people are saying yes.
Wow.
But the police chief's like, this guy's got to do business, so I have to have a. Like, I'm not a day drinker, for the record. I'm not just saying that on podcast.
The Munster
but-
police are saying yes. Drink it.
Yeah, like they're like waiting. Thank goodness I had breakfast this morning. So
I'm
we're
sure we
gonna
got
do
some
it.
haters out there, so they're
Yeah.
going to say
No.
yes.
I'm definitely gonna have a taste of this with
I
my
can't
friends.
wait to taste it.
This is the highest poll results we've ever
A
seen.
taste
on
with
this
my
show.
friends, right?
I can't wait.
So everybody in here's got to have a taste, though, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. good.
It's
I like
very
I'm more of a
smooth.
Moscato. Did you bring Moscato by chance?
Mezcal.
Or Zima?
I didn't bring
Zima.
I didn't bring mezcal, but this is actually better than mezcal because this is very refined and
Wow,
it's very
it
smooth.
It looks gorgeous.
Okay.
This is
Perfect.
very smooth.
It
What
looks
do you guys
gorgeous.
have it?
I love
And then
it.
so we're gonna get into Mike too, right? Not
Yeah.
just tequila.
No, I love tequila, but I do like. By the way, Mike Andrade, like you are a godsend of a candidate. You really are. Like we were losing when Mara decided to run against me.
There's always a concern, right? That you
No,
have an
but like
empty
Mara,
seat.
I could tell you one thing about Mara from my perspective as Mayor Hammond is she was a damn good legislator. She was tough as nails. We talked about it when she was our guest. And the thing is, so when Mara leaves and ran, we all knew that she was giving up her seat. So we're like, great.
Who are we gonna
Are
have?
we
Who are
gonna
we
have?
find?
If we don't have a great candidate, we're gonna lose this seat because it's a tough seat. Well,
Thank you,
we got our great candidate, and it's Mike Andrade, and he had a contested primary, and he won the contested primary overwhelmingly.
Yes, sir.
And now he's obviously in a race against a Republican opponent.
Yeah, it's exciting, Mike, and I echo what the mayor said is that as a Democrat, it's already rough in the state house, right? 71-29.
Yes.
And by the way, Mara's seat, she lost that seat for 2 years, so there was a time
Yes.
where that had flipped. So this is not like a a district where it's going to be a Democrat every time. You got to win it.
Hold on. Cheers.
Oh, cheers!
Salud.
So
Salud.
here is to you
Mike
two.
Andrade.
Here's to good fortune. We have a great candidate, and we need the voters to go out there and do their job and to elect the right person, and that person's Mike Andrade.
I can't wait.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Here,
I can't
cheers,
wait.
guys.
Cheers. Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, you notice how
GBO.
you always know. Oh, I'll tell you in a second.
That is delicious.
It is delicious.
I'm sipping, by the way. See, he just downed it. Can we get a picture
That's
of
what
that
you're
face?
supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Down it or sip it?
That was good, right?
It was good.
I'm sipping.
Man, that's a wake up.
And so with good tequila, you could taste the flavor of it.
I can
but
taste
then
it.
you could smell. I mean, you could smell it also, but you could sense how smooth it is. It's coming down.
It was definitely smooth.
Horrible tequila will get you like all jacked up, and you feel like,
That is
my
gorgeous.
whole chest is burning.
There's like
agree.
a fruity
It's
taste.
There's a
to it.
little taste to it. Yes.
Look at this is what you're going to bring down to the legislature. You're going to bring good tequila
I'm
to
gonna
Indianapolis.
Bam!
Good tequila.
You
first
just got
class
the
service
entire
all the way
caucus
around.
just voted for you.
That's
Because
it.
your opponent, I know for a fact your opponent doesn't show up with anything. He shows up with,
Doesn't bring anything.
nothing, right?
Nothing.
He doesn't
Zero.
bring flavor.
No,
class.
no,
no
that's
class,
right.
no
Nothing.
flavor.
Nothing that could be turned into a vase.
By the way, I've been
I say
noticing.
vase, Lindsay.
I've been noticing lately nice jackets. I like the coat.
Very nice.
That
sport
is-
coat.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll say this about Mike also. Always well dressed. When I see him.
I mentioned that last night.
Yeah, you did. And by the way, great endorsement by our mayor.
Yes.
Here yesterday. I thought
That
it
was my
wonderful.
special announcement.
That was. You said it was pretty easy to do. And I thought you did a good job because you hit it on the head about Mike. He's smart. He cares.
Cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just is going to be a great legislator.
Damn, man, that hit me.
I'm excited. You know, Mayor and Kevin, you know, my dad always said, and I like to bring this a lot because it's true. And first of all, he said, dress to impress. So I've always dressed to impress.
I've never seen you,
You want
not
people
dressed up.
to see, hey, if this is the guy, how he dresses, this is how he's going to be, you know, as a leader, right? So you tell a lot by somebody how he dresses as a leader. That's why, you know, Mayor, you're always wearing the nice suits too. The tie you had yesterday, the nice gold one.
For example.
Looks sharp.
I mean,
Just
I
look
wear
at
my
him.
nicest jeans.
nicest jeans. But he said that, you know, you dress to impress, son.
Yep.
And
That's good, Mike.
The other thing he said is, look, there's going to be people out there that have more resources than you. You know, there's always going to be more money out there. Somebody's going to, you know, have something better than you, bigger. There's always going to be people who have a better education than you. So there's people always who have master's degrees, bachelor's degrees, all kinds of degrees. But one thing that they don't have that you could outdo them is in your work ethic. And you go out there and you work hard and you become successful. And the reason I've been successful in businesses that I have in my life and now in the campaign arena because I bring the work ethic.
Yeah.
And I haven't started working since I filed back on. I went and filed, I think it was January 21st or 22nd. That night when I got back from Indy, I had a meeting in my home with about 7 people that were looking to join my team. And at that night, we met and we went through some of the stuff that I already had written down, how we were going to run our campaign. So I didn't just say, hey, we're going to do this. I was prepared. And once I came back from Indy, we were ready to hit head on, and we haven't started.
I think
We
no
haven't
one's going to
stopped.
outwork you. Let me, you, Mike, you bring up family a lot. I've heard a couple of your speeches. Tell us a little bit about your family, not just you and your wife and your son,
Sure.
but I want to know like your
Sure.
parents and
Your parents still with us?
Yes, my parents live in Chicago and Pilsen, so I'm born and raised in Chicago and Pilsen, and I grew up very poor. You know, my parents came as immigrants to this country.
By the way,
Drew Fox, Pilsen guy.
Drew
Yeah.
Potts, Pilsen, yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
I was
Do you
listening
guys
to
know
a
each other?
podcast. I do not, but his spot where he was at is literally 5 blocks or 6 blocks from my parents' house.
That's crazy.
Yes, Pilsen
Yeah.
is an upcoming place. It's the top 10
Absolutely.
in
It's
the,
awesome.
in the country or something.
I mean, my visit to Pilsen is usually for Thalia Hall, which you know where that is.
Isn't
But
Pilsen
there's also
like one of the highest Hispanic populations?
I was going to say it's very
Yeah.
Hispanic, right?
very Hispanic, but now it's changing because you have what is the UAC medical centers that are taking over kind of the Pilsen area. So it's now becoming a hippie town. You have all these small coffee shops, art galleries, you know, boutiques. And in the mix of that, you still have the authentic Mexican food, the authentic Mexican stores. So it gives you good flavor. You get both of them.
Wow.
All in
Your folks
one
still live
neighborhood.
there?
My parents still live there.
Wonderful.
Yes. Back
Thalia
in
Hall.
1978.
I love that
Thalia
place.
Hall's a
Great
wonderful.
I saw
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins there.
Nice.
4-8 and I went, and
That's a good show.
we were sitting right next to Rahm Emanuel. That's how close we were.
Cool.
I've never been closer in a concert. I was like 10 feet from Billy
It's
Corgan.
a wonderful place.
Wow.
If you ever,
And
I
they-
saw
they
Old
gave
Crow
us-
Medicine show there.
They give you headphones as soon as you walk in, earplugs as soon as you walk in, because you're so close to the band. It's like you get blown away.
It's a wonderful place, and they got a great restaurant and a good bar downstairs.
Yeah,
but,
Thalia Hall is.
but
I
Pilsen's a
love it.
cool place, and it's nice you get to still visit with your folks. So you said your parents were both immigrants.
Both came as immigrants here to the U.S. at the age of 17, 18 years of age. And back then, they didn't have the resources that they do now for people who come as immigrants. And so I remember my dad working his ass off. Does that count as a...
Yeah, I say
Yes,
yes.
it does, it
Yes,
does.
I needed to
yes.
at least throw one in
It's
there.
all right.
That was good.
If
That's
my
good.
dad is watching this, he will kick my ass still.
Two.
Yes, he
Wow.
too.
Boom.
He will kick my butt. You know, I grew up with very high moral values and being ethical and proper and
Good.
all that stuff. So that was, you know, the culture that we got raised by my parents. But yeah, they came as immigrants to this country, and it was hard for them. I remember my dad working 2, sometimes even 3 jobs to take care of our families. And that's when I started working at a young age. So at a young age, at 11 in the morning, I will wake up early with my brother.
What is a young age?
11. I started working at the age of
for
11
you.
years of age, and I will be passing pizza flyers to make $5. and a slice of pizza for passing out pizza flyers
about
for the
that?
whole week.
We all had Kevin had a job when he was super young.
Yeah, it was a paperboy.
And I did too.
I heard that for Linda Lawson, right?
Yeah,
she mentioned that to me.
She says that you're my paperboy.
I worked at a
True.
very young age too. When I was 13, 14,
Yeah.
15, I had a job my whole life. Like I worked, actually, funny enough, I probably delivered the bundles of paper to Kevin.
That's right.
I
Wow.
worked in a truck.
Ironically,
delivering.
yeah, absolutely.
Well,
So, I
we
mean,
have something in common because
young work ethic
afterwards
is important.
passed out Chicago. I was selling Chicago Tribune newspapers. So
See,
buy a
on
Chicago
the
Tribune
corner.
newspaper for $1.50.
By the way,
Get them.
By the way, when we were kids, the newspaper industry
All kids.
hired kids.
Yes.
Well, think about back in like the 20s, paper boys, right? You see them, or when you have a alert, right, or paper alert, they're all running around with papers. That was a kid's job till I don't know the 90s or
What
the
the hell's
2000s?
going on in the back cave? We got a spider.
Oh,
on
we
the
do
wall.
have a spider on the wall.
What? Like what kind of joint is this?
Oh wow, look at that.
We got
Can I get
nasty
it on
ass-
there?
That's a big
look at
spider,
that.
too.
Appeared. Yes.
I don't know about this.
I think you called him out. He's not moving now.
Smelled the tequila.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
yes.
It's
He
probably
needs
about
a-
a tequila
If
bottle.
he makes it to the glass, we'll know.
Yeah, right? Hey, by the way, like speaking of newspapers, the other day I paid my newspaper subscription for the next year. I cannot believe how expensive. Like, I guess you appreciate it more when you're paying for a full year. How much is the Times for a full year now?
I don't know.
John, you know?
I
I
think
do
you pay
online
it.
stuff now.
No clue.
Linz?
I know that it's like $45 a month to
All
get
right,
it every
so there you
day.
go. So it's $500 a year.
It was $800 a year.
$800 a year. Must be the Sunday
Isn't that-
edition. It's well, you know.
No,
I
I get it every
I
day.
like the paper.
I do too.
I like the newspaper.
$800 a year? Jeez, oh,
You got to support print.
I agree.
news.
Support
I
for
agree
news.
with
Good
you.
call in.
I agree with you. By the way, we did a survey the other day in City Hall. It was yesterday. And I was like, how many people in here get the newspaper? And there's like 20 people in City Hall. We're doing a staff meeting.
Mm-hmm.
That was like me and two other people raised their hand.
That's crazy.
And by the way, these are leaders of city government.
Mike, you still get the newspaper at home?
I do not. I do everything online now.
Wow. See?
It's just more
Younger
easy,
generation.
convenient for me.
You
I
do.
like that. I like to read this in the morning. I like to pull it.
I do too.
But that I've done it all my life though. See, that's
But
the
that's
difference.
crazy. By the
you
way,
grow up
Vez,
on this.
Vez,
Yeah.
newspaper,
No.
Lindsay.
Linz?
I pay $30 a month to get the e-newsletter.
There you
Wow.
At least
go.
you do that.
No, I
It
mean,
gets
yeah, I
sent
agree.
to my gets sent to my email every day.
Well, I think it's important to promote and support local press too.
So basically, Kevin and I are the only ones supporting the local press.
the old guys.
Excuse me.
Lindsay pays.
I pay.
Thank you for the e-learning. For the e.
I'm saving the
here's our plug
environment.
for the local
Thank you,
press.
Linz. Yeah.
I just know that when you go to read an article, you can skip the survey. There's a secret
That's
way
a secret.
to do that.
Yes.
Really?
John.
You know what? I just click
John, you're not
randomly.
supporting the local.
I
press.
click randomly. I click the most outlandish thing, and they're like, "What the hell?" I do.
All right, let's get back.
Whoa, look at that spider taking
going-
off.
not-
It's
I'm
going back
getting
to Mayor
freaked out.
Do we need a
Thank
poll?
you.
Should I start
Dude,
a
it's got a
poll?
white dot
Do
on
we
it.
want to see Kevin kill a spider on the
No,
air?
Honestly,
no,
I think that's
we're
a
not
black
killing
widow.
that.
I think it's a black widow.
Let
It
go.
is. It has a white spot on it.
Let's find out where
Dude,
it's
if
going.
I die, I'm suing the crap out of
Let it
Kevin
go.
Smith.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing
Lindsay,
go.
do not kill it.
No, don't kill it. Dude.
All right, we're gonna take it out.
Oh
All
my
right.
God! Oh, it's a
on
runner.
your arm. Oh, don't step on it.
All right.
All
good.
right.
I'll tell you what, Linz is so vital to this podcast. She does everything.
Now you realize this.
Yeah.
She brought us in with the VIP treatment when I came in here. By the way, thank you for the VIP treatment.
You
that I
got
got.
it.
Absolutely.
It was amazing. I mean, this morning she was messaging me, how do I like my coffee?
Wow.
How do you come into this
That's
high,
how I raised her.
hidden place and nobody knows where the left and center is?
Isn't it funny how Tom
Thank
takes the
you,
credit
Mike.
for
I
just
take
about
the credit for
everything?
it, yeah.
I had to go through a tunnel and then
Yeah.
make a ride. Kind of feel like I was in China going underneath
That's
like a
right.
basement and
Isn't
going
that
up the
cool?
stairs to get
Sorry
to the
about
back cave.
blindfolding you and all that. Like we have to maintain our secrecy, though.
Did Eli make it too, or did they kidnap him?
I think Eli got caught somewhere.
Put a blindfold on
Because
him
if
and
Eli
spun
was
him
here,
around 5
we'd have him
times.
bust in and play a couple songs for
He
her.
did actually. He brought his ukulele.
He's
Did
here.
he really?
Yes, and I wanted him to do that before we end the show.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Make sure he brings his ukulele
Lindsay
in.
could bring him in. But one of the things that we did in the campaign, the primaries, we changed how we run politics or how your actual normal campaigning is run. And I said, okay, we're going to do something different. And strategically, we decided to go and just do community outreach during COVID. And Eli, my deputy campaign manager, has a phenomenal voice, as you guys know.
Yes.
He's
And
a sweetheart.
one of
too.
the things is where you saw
Like
Mayor
he
Derek.
has that aura of he's a sweetheart.
Yes,
Like
yes.
the
And
kind of person that people are like, I want to get to know that
It's
guy.
like
He's
a
sweetheart.
it's like a
tall,
big
big,
guy.
burly
It's like a big guy
guy.
that you just like, oh, this guy's like a teddy bear.
Yes,
Dude, by the
yes.
way, and he plays. I bet you no psycho killers ever played the ukulele. I bet you there's a very low correlation between
I don't know. I
between
hope not.
violent felons and ukulele players.
That's
Like,
probably true.
if you play the ukulele, you're basically signaling to people, "I am safe."
Right, but you also
Right.
would not want to be in prison saying I'm a ukulele player.
No,
I'm a
you will be a
ukulele
pincushion.
player. Yeah.
So like when you take up the ukulele, you're
Oh,
basically
my
telling
goodness.
people I'm a normal human being. I'm a likable human being.
And Eli is very likable.
Right.
Very likable. And as you know, Mayor, we went to a lot of locations, but one of them we went to was the City of Hammond Police Department.
Yes, you did.
And we played there for the officers, and you have these
I was there
big,
that day.
burly officers, you know, all big and burly, and they just loved Eli playing.
And they're like,
music. It was relaxing.
We're
I
eating
don't think that's
pizza.
a ukulele.
It was a ukulele.
That is not a ukulele.
That's the song he played. Don't question me. I wouldn't lie to you. This is,
So I
it
gotta
sounds like something you'd play in West Virginia.
That's right.
I gotta tell you something. There's so many people that listen to the Left and Center podcast because you guys bring a different flavor. It's
We
not
do.
your typical just going in and listening to somebody talk about just politics or just talk about, you know, negativity. You guys bring the flavor. You guys have a great personality,
Mike.
Mayor
Thank you,
Kevin.
Mike.
And as you guys can see, your numbers keep going up more and more
Yes,
and
sir.
more. And after this tequila thing, I think they're gonna even go
Yes,
bigger.
absolutely.
We're gonna get the
I love
Latino
it.
view in here to
So
also watch
okay,
it.
you know, that brings
that
up a
was a
great
good-
question, by the way. I want to know. So as a unworldly white man, how do we decide Hispanic versus Latino? Is there a rule?
I don't think there's a rule to it. I think just the way people did it. Now they're trying to change it to Latinx or something like
Latinx.
that. Yeah.
Latinx.
Right, because it's
Latinx.
Latino, Latina.
Yeah, so
because
they're
you're
trying to be
assuming,
more
right?
diversified
I just will never
and-
say Latinx.
Yeah.
I
What
will-
do you prefer? Just for
I
yourself.
say Hispanic all the
I
time.
grew up Hispanic.
I
But
say
now,
Hispanic all
as
the
I got
time.
older, now they're changing to Latino.
Okay, I have no problem with that.
But Hispanic is the culture. It says the Hispanic culture. It's always Hispanic.
See, but the thing about if you say Hispanic, there's of the Hispanic nature, or if you say Latino, you got to be talking about a guy, which leaves it upon us to say Latino, Latina. I'd just rather say Hispanic.
Well, like Marissa, or I'm sorry, not Marissa. Mara says Latina. She says Latina for
Yeah,
herself.
she said Latina for a
You
woman.
prefer you grew up Hispanic. Saying Hispanic.
yes.
See, it's
Yes.
interesting. So does it have anything to do with language or is it culture?
No, I think it's more culture.
Okay.
Because it has nothing to do with language.
I get always confused on speaking about Spanish, the tu and usted. I never know if you're going to be in the familiar versus the formal.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So in
Wow,
French,
look at
it's
that,
like
Is
Mayor.
this, so when I'm talking to you guys, I'm going to say tu, I
Tu.
imagine.
Right.
We're
Yes.
friends, right?
Sure,
Or
we're friends.
But
Eos.
it's like if you came out and said, no, keep it usted.
Ooh, that'd be like you
It would
need
be
to
like
stay formal
insulting
with
to
me.
me. See, I get all inside my head about
In
stuff
French,
like
it's
that.
tu and vous.
I was
Same
just
thing,
two.
right?
I'm two with everybody, and I would be two
You're
in
friendly.
French too. I
So
am.
this tu and usted is like calling somebody by their first name. If you're on first name basis, use tu. And if you are if I call you Mr. Smith,
Yes.
it'd be
It's
usted.
usted.
Yes,
Hmm.
usted.
Of course.
Yes, that
I'm
is correct.
two.
Yeah.
I would say two to most people.
Thank you. Mike approves of your.
I am in Spanish 1, okay?
See,
I have
Lindsay,
to
did you ever think
exercise my
about?
skills.
Did you ever think about your dad helping you with Spanish 1? I'm an expert. at
So let me.
Spanish 1.
Okay, wait.
I don't know
have
if
one
Spanish
more-
2. I am not your guy.
I have one more question on this Latino versus
Or Spanish
Hispanic
dos, as I call
question.
it.
But before we
What
do
if
that,
I-
is centro al izquierdo. Estamos aquí con el alcalde.
Say that again.
That's I heard
Tomás
Mayor.
McDermott.
I
Could
heard
you say
Mayor.
that again?
Kevin Smith.
I heard that.
Centro al izquierdo.
Left
Left
to
and
center.
center. Yes,
Oh,
centro
nice.
al izquierdo.
I
Aquí con el
even-
alcalde.
I did not. I got mixed up. I was talking to Lindsay.
So, all right, my last question. So, let's say I'm from Brazil and I speak Portuguese. Hispanic, Latino, what do I get to say?
I think Portuguese people are still considered part of the Hispanic population because of the South and Central area.
So, it's not
Yes.
language, culture.
Culture.
Have you ever been to South America?
I have. So I used
Ooh.
to do a lot of community outreach back in the days when I had the time. And we would open up this water purification centers in different rural towns. And then I used to also take school supplies to the poor kids up in the mountains.
You
Where?
are a
What
great
country?
guy.
So we did Honduras, we did Guatemala, El Salvador, Colombia. Wow. I've been to Ecuador and, of course, Mexico.
So like you were. I mean, how old were you when you did all this?
Well, we started back in 2000. And then we did a lot of outreach programs out there with my brothers. And
So you're in about almost 30-ish.
I'm 40 now.
Right. So
now.
okay.
So-
So
Wow.
It's been about
20.
3 years since I've taken a trip to another country. But I mean, in business I've done it, but not in regards to community outreach. But one of the things that I've always
your
believed,
parents
Mayor
raised a
and
good,
Kevin,
raised a nice young man.
yes,
To let
yes.
you go off and do that kind of stuff. That's really cool.
I've noticed with people that are financially stable
Mm-hmm.
and are well-to-do and they've been blessed, they do a lot of outreach. They give a lot. So as much as you receive, as much as you give. And I've always believed that model. And I believe that I'm very successful now because not only able to help others, but also it allows me also to, it's rewarding when you're not selfish and you're not greedy.
This is the kind of guy we need in the state
Yeah,
house.
I
I mean,
agree.
isn't this just, I mean, to me, I'm like, this is awesome. This
You know,
is
the
good.
thing, honestly, like, first off, I think the toughest thing you're going to experience is, first off, you're going to represent, I don't know, 70,000 people-ish, right?
Yes.
That's tough. You know, I mean, that's equivalent to what I do in Hammond. But I think the toughest part of your future job is leaving your beautiful family and going to Indianapolis for 3 months. I mean, that's really, I think, to be a state rep or
it's
quite
a
frankly,
sacrifice.
Trustee Mervan's getting ready to go off to D.C. That's the tough part of his future job as well, is leaving your family and doing the people's business down in Indianapolis. And you'll see Kevin and I down there. We go down a lot to legislate and lobby. We'll be down there with you. I think that's definitely the toughest part of that job.
Yeah, it's being away, right? You're used to going home every night.
Yeah.
Yes. And when I was in corporate America, I used to travel a lot. So I used to go over the world, Mexico, China, Canada for business. And so my wife kind of got used to that. But you have to have that balance in life. I love the balance. For instance, last night we had a big fundraiser, got home late, and me and my wife just sat in bed and chit-chatted for a good 20 minutes about the fundraiser.
Nice.
And how we could continue to improve, right? Because not only we had a great fundraiser, which we did, people didn't want it to leave. I had to be like, hey, my buddy's got to shut the restaurant. Everybody was having a great time. We had about 30 people who didn't want it to leave, and we're like, let's shut it down. I got to be early at Left on Center.
Wonderful restaurant, by the way. Let's
Thank
give them
you.
a real quick plug. Your friend,
Riviera
Jose.
Maya Tequila Restaurant in Highland with Jose Perez.
Garcia?
Jose Perez.
and where's
Perez,
Jose
yeah.
from? What's his background?
He's also from Pilsen, from back in the
Wow,
days.
Pilsen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Hey, Lindsay, could you reach out to
from what
Riviera
country?
Maya?
Where's his parents from?
His parents are from Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico, too.
By the way,
Great guy.
Great guy.
Yeah,
34 years of age,
I was about to say,
36, very
Young,
successful.
good-looking guy
Buys
running
a-
this place.
buys a location that the last people that owned it just ruined the place. He buys it and just turns it around.
Turns it around.
It is
It's a wonderful
jam-packed.
place.
It's so packed I don't go there.
The food
Like-
was great. The churros were really good.
Yes.
by the
Like
way.
seriously, like I don't go to crowded places because like I don't like waiting. I'm sort of, I don't know. I guess I'm,
Spoiled.
yeah. That's the
I
word.
want-
That's
I
the word
said
I was looking for. No, like if I have to wait like longer than 3 minutes, I'm gone.
Wow. 3?
Yeah.
Good
Three.
luck
Also
waiting for
COVID.
3.
I am.
Like,
Lindsay,
let's-
is that true story?
Dad hates waiting.
Yes. And that goes for anything, by the way. I know it's
He's
not
an
just
impatient
restaurant.
man.
I would agree
But
with that.
especially in the region. Like if I wait, I look like, first off, I'm the mayor. Everybody recognizes
Yeah,
me.
but
You don't
people
get
I
have
look
to
like
wait.
a schmuck. I look
People
like
have
a
to
schmuck.
wait.
It's like I look like a schmuck, and I don't like looking like a schmuck. And then people are like, "Oh, good."
Oh, but
Yeah,
everybody
like,
else
wait,
can look like
Make
a
him
schmuck.
wait. Make
They
him
go,
wait.
yeah,
They're
like-
thinking they're making you wait.
I heard that last episode of Left to Center. Make that,
Well, I found out with leaders in general, we as leaders are always more impatient. So my wife balanced me out.
Thank you, Mike.
She has that patience that I don't have.
Thank
It's
you,
like,
Mike.
so a lot of
And
times
so
I
does
balance it out.
Marissa, by the way. She's patient.
And we need that. Well, what happens when you're a leader? You're always on the go, right?
That's
you're always
right,
moving.
Mike.
You're always in the
I
move.
love this
What's
guy.
the next thing? What's the next meeting? And so you're used to it. Seriously, your reflexes are used to it. So when you sit there, you never sit for more than a couple minutes. Think about it. Your phone is always ringing off the hook. Text
right.
messages, emails.
Goddamn right, Mike.
300
So
of
you're
them.
always moving.
Mike. You know I'm in the market for a new campaign manager. My last one lost. I didn't know if you noticed that. So like,
I finally get a rest, John. I finally get a break.
I like this guy.
After 20 years, I'm going to get a break.
I bring up like I'm very impatient. I never wait in a restaurant. He's got a perfect
And I
excuse
said,
on why.
yes, he is.
Yeah, that's right. And then Mike's like, well, this guy's always working. He's doing this. I'm like, God damn, Mike, where have you been all my life?
is the
I'm
truth.
trying to be your co-host, not your campaign manager here on Left of Center.
Patience is a virtue, and
It is.
I'm learning it as I go along. Especially, I'll give you an example. I was canvassing. I've been canvassing almost every day, and I was out there on Saturday with my family, and this lady just wanted to talk her ear off to me. Right? I listened to her for 45 minutes, but that time is valuable to me. So I'm like,
45
minutes,
minutes?
yes, 45
better
minutes.
get
I
that
could
vote.
get,
Wow.
I could get, 100 other doors.
Yes.
That's right.
And so I'm looking at the time, but at the same time, I have to learn. Right? I'm here to listen to the people.
In my opinion,
so you
45 is
have
too
to
You know what?
balance it out.
You know what you need?
I
But
think
you know what
4
she
or
did?
5 minutes.
She
would
got
have
me
been good.
4 yard sign locations,
All right.
and we probably got 10 votes out of the household.
Okay.
That works.
Okay.
Because I listened to her needs, and when I was done, she fell in love with me. She says, "Mike, I'm going to tell so and so and so and so
There
and
you
so
go.
and so." And by the end of the conversation, she's like, "Go put a sign here and here and here."
Good.
So,
It was
So
worth
the
it.
challenge is, can you do
but
that
the
in 15
challenge
minutes
is,
next
yes.
time?
Yeah,
So
right. You
it's,
need-
it's patience.
We always have when I was at the doors doing that. You'd have like Kevin would have somebody come up to the door and like, Mayor, so and so is waiting down the street, and then they would stay. They would like relieve me, and I would bounce, and then the person that came in and relieved me would finish the conversation while I was running down the street.
Campaign manager.
That's
tricks.
Eli.
That's
Where was Eli when?
I'll have to teach him that.
I
Where
think he
was
was
Eli
singing
when you were
somebody
there?
the
He was
ukulele.
ukulele down
He
the
was doing the
block.
ukulele on the block.
That is not a ukulele. That is not a ukulele.
Isn't that a banjo?
It's a band. I think he's mixing ukulele with banjo.
No, they're very similar instruments.
They are
He's
not.
They're
thinking
both safe.
Deliverance right now for some
Yes.
reason.
They're both very safe instruments.
that's-
If you play the banjo, you're safe.
That's
Well,
the next polling place.
It's getting
What is
getting
Mayor
late. We got to
playing?
get. We can bring Eli in.
Let's bring
Well,
Eli.
hold
Bring
on.
him
I
in.
want to. Yeah, once
Yeah,
you
bring
start
him
getting
in
Eli, and we get set him up. But I want to ask Mike about the endorsements. He's received great endorsements, and I
Yes.
think it's worth talking about, like the people and the organizations that support him. Could
Yes.
you go through a list of
Yes, yes. So first of all, we've been endorsed by since the primaries. We were endorsed by the Lake County Central Committee. We were endorsed by every precinct organization in our district. Hammond, thank you. Munster, Highland, and Griffith. All the precinct organizations endorse us since our primaries. We've been endorsed by John Petalis, the Lake County Auditor, Peggy Katona, the Lake County Treasurer, of course, my good buddy Bill Emerson, the Lake County Surveyor. Recently, now the Sheriff Oscar Martinez.
Outstanding.
We've been endorsed by Mayor
Commissioner
Bill Carroll
Repay.
from Lake Station,
Bill Carroll.
Commissioner Repay, and I could go on and on. I mean, we've got so many endorsements. Of course, yesterday,
Mayor Tom.
the biggest endorsement, our mayor of City of Hammond, Thomas M. McDermott Jr.
That's
So
a good
thank you for that
endorsement.
endorsement
That's a good
yesterday.
endorsement. Kiss
That
of
was the
death, I
big
call it,
news.
yeah.
The big announcement. Everybody was texting me. What's going to be the big announcement?
I
What's
didn't.
gonna be the big-"
People
I
were
said,
asking
"Show
me
up.
that too.
Show
They were
up.
asking you. I was like, what is he going to say?
I was
I was
like-
like, what are you going to announce?
So it's like I have a special announcement. Everybody's like, "What's your special announcement?" I'm like, "I have no idea what my special announcement."
Hey, I
is."
wanted people to buy the $100
They
ticket.
did. They
It was
did.
a big announcement. It's
I was
marketing,
like,
right?
Jesus,
It's
I got to
marketing.
come up with a special announcement.
We
What
had,
am I
by the
gonna
way,
do?
we had 93 people that showed up yesterday in and
wonderful.
out in 3 hours. It
Yeah.
was a phenomenal
And by the way,
fundraiser.
was great.
people were doing a great job masking. I think everyone
Yes.
respected the masking and the
Yes.
situation. I think, Mayor, you even brought that up.
Oh, yeah.
You brought up the fact that, like, look, this is real. This
It
is a
is
real deal.
absolutely- it is absolutely
And
real.
I think people
It's getting
at your
worse right
fundraiser
now.
respected that.
Yes, we did. We follow CDC guidelines.
Everybody-
we have hand sanitizers throughout. We have the
Mike,
sign that says wear the mask.
I think just about everybody there had a mask on,
Yes.
and there was a few
Except
people
for
that,
sitting when they were eating.
sitting and eating. But like,
Yes.
it was very
Yes.
masky. Hi, Eli. How you doing?
There he is.
Eli, I don't know if you heard my
I love
theory
this guy.
on the ukulele.
I did a little bit, and I think my parents are going to be worried about me now.
No, it was your parents should not be. Basically, I say when you take up the
Larry,
ukulele,
you get people in trouble. Doesn't he get people in trouble?
you're telling the world that you're a great guy.
You said you're not going to go to prison.
That's right.
That should help.
I think ukulele is a symbol of peace.
I do not want to be a pincushion.
We don't need them. So we don't need them in prison. I need
Need it
them.
that way. Right?
November 3rd is election right around the corner. So real quick, going back with the endorsements, we have been overwhelmingly endorsed by the top 16 unions. That has never happened to a first-time candidate.
That is awesome.
Firefighters, FOP, USW, AFL-CIO, the building trades, IBW, iron workers, ASME, the food industry, UA, I think it's, help me out here, Eli, my deputy campaign
Which one,
manager.
boss?
The food industry, UCW.
UFCW.
Yeah.
Yes, food industry.
Food, yeah.
We've been endorsed by the automobile industry. We've been endorsed by AFL-CIO, Labor 41.
Right.
I could go-
Teamsters 142.
Teamsters, Local
United
142.
Steelworkers.
Yes.
I went through your endorsements yesterday.
It's
for my
a
speech.
lot, but it's,
Randy
it's a-
Palmetier, which is great.
building trades. By the way, building trades, we still need a contribution from
Arguable.
you, Randy Palmetier.
What's
if you're
up
listening.
with that? Building trades?
I don't know. Randy Palmetier just shows up, doesn't bring a check. I'm calling him out.
Really? Yeah.
That could be. We could deem that typical of Randy, but I mean, he probably just forgot.
Yeah. He'll be there.
IBEW election.
It'll come on
years.
November 4th once you win.
Great job, Mike. I was with you all the way.
Yeah. No, but we've
we
been
love our Randy.
overwhelmingly endorsed, and I'm very humble, and it's an honor. And we're going to continue to work hard all the way to November 3rd, and then afterwards, because that's when the real hard work begins, right?
You know, Mike, in the old days when people campaigned, I'm talking like the 50s and earlier, one of the things they always had when they campaigned was a song or music accompanying their campaign, and you've brought that back with Eli.
Oh, snap.
How's it going, Eli?
It's going well, sir.
Eli,
Pleasure
could you
to see
introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Eli Hernandez, and I'm just really happy to be here right now.
You're a Hammond
Mike's
guy?
Got a good voice
Hammond
too.
guy.
That's
yeah,
right, that's right.
downtown Hammond. Grew
Thank
up there
you.
most of my life.
This is
Thanks,
your
man.
mayor.
I know he's the man.
Yeah,
he's
that's
the
it.
man.
I
I
love
always
you,
told. So Dr. Mike and I are really good friends.
Dr. Mike's my good friend, as you
Love
know.
that guy, and I always tell him like, "Hey man, I want to meet the mayor."
That's awesome.
So
You
I'm
make
glad
me
that-
happy. You make me
I'm
happy
glad
with
that
that.
it finally got to happen.
We should have had you in here when we were drinking tequila.
I'm good. It's
I would have
too
given
early
you.
for me.
I know it's
I
too
need 'em
early
for
for
later.
me.
He's like, I already had some of that at 6 a.m.
We start our mornings out.
So let
with
me.
By the way, real quick, sorry, I have to give a shout out to AFT and ISTA.
Yeah.
It's huge for the teachers to come out and endorse
Big
me
time.
because
Totally.
I have a big platform to support teachers, fund them
right.
properly, public education, help our next generation of children, and the teachers that teach them. So
And your beautiful wife.
my beautiful wife's a teacher, and I didn't want
right.
it to miss that out. AFT and ISTA came out and endorsed us as well.
Awesome.
So
Of course they did.
Before we hand it over to Eli, I just want to thank you for coming in, Mike. It was great to see you, and great. And I think you're running so hard and running such a great race. I mean, from primary through the general, you guys are doing an awesome job.
I agree.
It's impressive.
It is.
It is really impressive on
you.
how well you're doing.
I'm proud of you guys. You're gonna have a great election night. We're gonna get our vote out. Everybody can start voting today, which is nice.
Yes, early voting starts today. Go
Right.
out there and vote. Mike Andrade is your next state representative for District 12. We're going to work hard for you, and thank you so much
Real
for your
quick
support
before we
and
get
vote.
into Eli, District 12 comprises what cities and towns?
South Hammond, so all the it starts from 170th Street all the way to the town of Munster, the border state line all the way to Southeastern. That is the 5 precincts in South Hammond, the town of Munster,
All of it.
all of it. the town of Highland, the whole town, and then on Griffith, we go from Miller Street all the way to Ridge Road, from Colfax to the border of Highland, and then we curve to Main Street. I know my
right off your
district.
tongue, man.
That's great, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
and
gonna be great,
as a Munster resident, just like Mara was, you're gonna be great to represent the district.
Thank you.
Hey, when you win this thing, Kevin and I are going to go down and have a party with you.
We're gonna bring a bottle
Take you
of
out to
booze.
dinner.
We're gonna bring you a bottle of whiskey.
You know what
or
we should do?
something, yeah.
Is get the South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau to take us out for one of those steak dinners.
Yeah, one of those
Don't say
steak and
anything.
wine.
Don't say anything. Don't get him. No controversy.
I think he needs some music. I think
Yes,
Mayor needs
how
some
about
music.
some ukulele?
How about some music?
Hold up, before Eli starts.
wait.
Eli, how long did it take you to learn the ukulele?
Honestly, I picked it up more during the campaign. So as he mentioned earlier, we were doing a lot of community work, but I dislocated my shoulder.
Yes.
So it's hard to pop my shoulder out of a sling and throw it over the guitar. So I just stayed up a couple nights and just really practiced this thing.
So basically, if you have a bad shoulder, take up the ukulele.
Yeah, because then you don't got to lift it over anything.
Can we once again please give your rendition of a ukulele just so I can?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
And I want to see Eli.
banjo and ukulele.
Thank you.
got
Go ahead,
I'm
please.
not going to. There's too much pressure. It has to come naturally.
Thank you, Mayor. Now let's hear a real
man.
ukulele and see how close he was.
All right.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right, let's hear what you got.
Are we good there on this?
That sounds so much better.
Let's sing the campaign song. It became the campaign song. Everybody loved it. So I guess it's very fitting to put it out there.
All right, how loud can I get on this thing? I don't wanna
Crank it out, dude.
Crank it up,
The
baby.
back cave.
Make it happen.
Someone told me long ago.
Yeah!
There's a calm before the storm.
I think we need another shot.
I've been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say,
Yeah.
it'll rain the sunny day. Well, I know, shining down like water.
Rock it, baby.
And I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain?
Go, Eli!
Yes, I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down, oh no, sunny day.
Dude, that is awesome.
Our first musician in the house.
That is awesome.
Because we don't count the mayor.
I love Creedence so much. Love Creedence.
that was
One of my
great.
favorite all-time bands.
That was awesome, man.
Thank you for having us.
Creedence
We
is,
appreciate it.
dude. You got one more in you. I
You
know
are
you
so
Yes,
do.
much-
he's got one more. He's got one more.
He is so much more of a campaign manager than me.
I tell you, I am you know I'm in the market, so I'm just saying, I'll talk to you after. It's a little uncomfortable in here.
So this song is going to go to all the beautiful ladies. We're talking about ladies.
Yes,
Mike
'cause-
Andrade respects women.
Yes,
Beautiful
from Tom.
ladies.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Beautiful ladies. This is
for
for you, Lindsay, for all the work that you do here, left and center.
This is for Chris Bryant,
Okay.
Anthony Rizzo, and Javi
Centro a
Baez.
la izquierda con el alcalde Thomas M. McDermott y aquí su gerente de la campaña Kevin Smith y la encargada acá Lindsay McDermott.
Nice.
La querida Lindsay.
La querida Lindsay.
Yes, hermoso. Y,
Y
y
Don
Don Juan.
Y Don Juan.
Juan.
Y Don Juan.
The Don.
Don Juan. It's a beautiful song for the ladies out there. Enjoying this beautiful Tuesday morning, left and center.
Well, isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she precious? Yeah. Less than 1 minute on. No, I never thought through love would be making one as lovely as she. Isn't she lonely? Made of love, yeah. Isn't she precious? Truly an angel's best. I am so happy we have been having blessed. No, I can't believe what God has done through us. He's given love to one. Isn't she lovely? Made of love, yeah. Isn't she lovely? Made of love.
That was awesome. The ukulele is better for the bad shoulder. Thank you.
Works.
That was awesome.
What happened to the that part?
Luckily, that didn't happen.
Eli, That was gorgeous.
What a
Thank you,
great.
sir.
We gotta
Really
have him
great
next year at the
musician, man.
pavilion. You know, when you have
I
that
tell ya.
festival every year,
Ooh.
he
That
should
thought-
start
I'm
it
telling
off.
That
you,
would be good.
It's beautiful, man.
That would be cool.
I love music and
See what
and
Hammond
that's
guys
gorgeous.
can do. Hammond guys.
I tell
That's
ya.
what it's all about.
I'm
Hammond's
telling
where
you, like
it's at.
music affects me, man. And that was good. That was good stuff, man.
Thank you,
You've
sir.
probably had a lot of fans. There's probably women just waiting to meet.
Dude,
Eli.
I am. I'm fawning right now. Like,
Oh, during early during the
I think
primary,
it's
people
the
will come and
Tequila.
say, where's the guy who plays the
How can I
guitar?
date
I'm like,
Eli?
how about give me a vote?
Yes, that's first.
They were asking for him, so no, he's got all
Great
the
job.
ladies in
Well,
the 12
guys, you've got a race to the end here. What do we got? 27, 28, 29 days, something like
I think
that.
it's 27 days.
Yeah,
27,
so
28 days, yes.
keep running hard. You guys are doing great.
Thank
you guys are making us proud.
We
You
wanna
guys are
hear-
doing
We want to
great.
hear Eli on election night playing his ukulele.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Well, we'll keep in touch for sure, and maybe we can jam you in here like one more time before
And
election day.
we're supposed to be scheduled here. When, Lindsay? October
27th.
All right, they'll be back.
Okay,
We're back
cool.
here
Wonderful.
for October
We'll get an
27th.
update.
Good to
Thanks
see
for
you.
coming,
Thank you,
guys.
Mayor.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Eli.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thanks
Tyler.
to
Your time.
Tequila.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very
Thank you.
much.
Beautiful,
All right, Mike.
beautiful show. You guys did great. Eli, awesome job. Mike, amazing candidate. Keep up the great work.
Thank
Okay?
you, Mayor.
Left
And
to center.
for having
to all our
us.
fans out there, left to center, you know, we try to throw little curveballs at you every once in a while. I think today's show went great. We had great guests. We had great topics. And I just want to thank everybody for watching Left to Center. Again, to Lindsay McDermott for helping us and selling our ads and doing all the stuff she does. John Vesmar for producing a great show. And then my great co-host and my campaign manager, Kevin Smith.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You guys are the best. Keep up the great work.
All right, left
Yep.
to center.